If you're a comedian performing on the show tonight, please go out in front of the club for a pre-show meeting. Comments outside, please. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Go Bananas Comedy Club, Cincinnati's home for stand-up comedy. Wednesday night. Who's ready to have a good time? Oh, come on, you guys can do better than that. Wednesday night, make some noise! Alright, we got a few simple rules here at Go Bananas. Please set those cell phones to the silent or off position. Keep that table talk to an absolute minimum, and no heckling the comedians or you will be asked to leave. With that out of the way, make some noise for all the comedians here at the on the Pro-Am! And now, please help me welcome to the stage your host and MC for the evening, the very funny, the very talented, Carl Spade!
Whoa, boy! Wednesday night! You fuckers packed this shit out. That's great. Give it up for yourselves for coming out. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. It makes it a lot less weird to tell jokes when there's actually people in a crowd. Otherwise, you're just how my dog feels every day. It's good to be here. I didn't have a job for a while. I had one interview. I ran into the lady that interviewed me at a bar, and she came up to me and she was like, "Hey, I know you." I was like, "Hey, I know you too. Did I get that job?" And she was like, "No, but do you want to get dinner sometime?" And I was like, "Sure, can you pay? I just found out that I don't have a job." I hate job interviews. Every job interview you go on is just they always ask you questions like, what's one word you would use to describe yourself in the workplace? I don't know, tired? Is hungover one or two words? What do you want to hear that's going to get me this job? I have a job now, which is great, but I'm still always broke. A couple years ago, my identity got stolen. The guy got $250. And that ruined my life. Most people find out their identity gets stolen when their bank calls them. They say something like, "Hey, we think somebody tried to steal your identity." I had to go to my bank and be like, "Hey, I think somebody tried to steal my identity." And they're like, "Yeah, we know. We just thought you'd be better off starting over." I live down in over the Rhine, and I was walking my dog. Okay. Are you one of the people who's the reason that my rent is being raised? When I moved down there, it was $250. That guy got my month in rent. I was walking my dog, and I walked by this car. It was kind of late at night. I was a little drunk. It was kind of late at night, and I walked by this car, and I locked eyes with this dude who was getting a blowjob from his girlfriend, and he locked eyes with me and did the, "Hey, somebody's here," courtesy head pat. And then she popped up with this horrified look on her face. I can only describe this look on her face as somebody who had just gotten caught with a dick in their mouth. Can you picture that? I just wave "Oh, sorry." And then walked by. My dog did her business. On my way back, I realized that this car was parked in a tow zone. So I went up and I tapped on the window and they rolled it down. They're like, "What?" I was like, "You're parked in a tow zone. I don't want you to get towed." The girl was just like, "Oh, we're just waiting for somebody to come." I was like, "Yeah, I can see that, but you're parked in a tow zone. I want you to dick it in the blow zone, not get a ticket in the tow zone. Come on." They say in grammar, two negatives make a positive, right? And I don't think that's true in life. It might be true grammatically, but life is more like math, where if you add a negative to a negative, you just get a bigger negative, right? For instance, I'm irritable and I have irritable bowel syndrome. That's two negatives. And there's nothing positive about a grumpy little bitch that might shit his pants, Two negatives don't make a positive. Have you ever met a mean, ugly person? You're ugly, be nice. You know what they did to mean, ugly people in the Middle Ages? They thought you were a witch. And then they'd put a bag over your head and throw you in a lake. That's what they did to mean, ugly people. Mean, nice people, I'll have a conversation with you. I'll even fake eye contact by looking over your shoulder so I don't have to look at this. 2 negatives don't make a positive at all. Well, sometimes they do. The time, like, 2 negatives will make a positive for me, like if my girlfriend shows me a negative pregnancy test and then somebody else calls and like cancels plans. Like that's 2 no's and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have a very positive day now. I was in college in 2004. That was it. That was the only year. It's kind of crazy that college is the one thing you can spend money on and then not get your money back if you have a good time. Like I even tried to do it. Like I called my college and I was like, hey, I want to talk to the manager. I want my money back. And they're like, do you mean the dean? I was like, I don't care what his name is. I want to talk to a manager. But when I was in college, it was 2004 when those cicadas were out, and somebody I was in class with was in a cicada eating contest. Yeah. And he came up to me and he was like, hey man, I think I might be allergic to these cicadas, because after I ate 50 of them, I threw up. Like, oh, you threw up? Allergies, huh? You sure you didn't throw up because you ate 50 bugs? I know how you feel though. I'm allergic to cats, but I don't only throw up after I eat 50 of them. People are crazy about allergies. Like, I once heard somebody ask if salt has gluten in it. I don't know if you know the ingredients of salt, but it's fucking salt. That's like asking if water has cashews in it. Or if like mayonnaise has bees in it or something. You know, it's like doesn't make any sense. And I'm running out of time because I was going to do this big closer. So I'll just wrap it up with a quick one. Pretty big hypochondriac. I wasn't one until my dad told me he was, and I was like, oh no, I got that too. It gets bad. Like I thought I had stomach cancer because I was pooping all weird. Turns out I had to get my gallbladder removed. And I had to meet with the surgeon before the surgery, and he's like, do you have any questions? And I was like, yeah, how soon after this surgery can I start drinking? And he was like, nobody has ever asked me that before. And I was like, well, it sounds like somebody's been doing surgery on a bunch of nerds, okay? That's it for me, everybody. You guys ready to get this show started? All right. Your first comic of the evening is one of my very good friends. He's very funny. Give it up for the best, Chris Seymour. I love him.
Hey, what's up, Wednesday night? One more time for Carl, huh? What a lovable galoot. I think we've all been through something together, right, with the pandemic and shit. When we were locked inside at the beginning, that was when it was worse, especially for us comics, us social folks. I live alone, so the walls start closing in pretty fast, right? But you gotta reach out and touch someone somehow. Now, please make a little noise for me if you sent a picture of yourself naked to anyone in the last couple of years, huh? One fucking hero right here in the middle. And a whole room full of fucking liars over here. If that's the truth, everyone's getting my phone number before the end of the night when you leave. We'll turn this cruise ship right around. By God. Different situation though, right? If a woman sends out a picture of herself naked, that's a totally different situation if a man sends out a picture of himself naked. Because if a woman sends out a picture of herself, and ladies back me up here, that picture's been in your phone for a while, hasn't it? Huh? There's a vetting process, right? Yes. All your friends have seen it, the lighting's perfect, the angle's just right. You ran through Snapchat, put a little filter on it, now you look like a deer. I know who you are. I know exactly who you are. At least the first time, right? After that, all bets are off. After that, we're gonna pickle a cucumber over here, and you're gonna get the photographic evidence. Totally different, man. If a guy sends out a picture of his dick, that could be coming from the produce aisle at Kroger with today's newspaper next to it for proof of life. We out in these streets doing commerce today, you know? You drop a dollar bill next to it for a size reference, like a little legend on a map, you know what I mean? 2 kilometers. I'm using Monopoly money. Boys, put your best foot forward, huh? I've been doing comedy now about 10 years. I started doing comedy after my ex-wife left me for my best friend, and I thought, well, that shit's hilarious. I ought to get out there and start telling people about that one, I got a girlfriend now. She's a fun gal. She's a lot of fun, man. We play this game now lately for the last couple of weeks. Every time we're out somewhere and we see a girl that we don't know, she goes, "Do you fuck her too?" It's fun. I haven't won yet at all. Sorry, I was 10 years out in the cold, girl, you know what I mean? Did a lot of pickup games as an undrafted free agent. Sorry. There were some wild times out there. And I remember one time I was hooking up with this girl. That sounds tawdry. We have been dating. We've been seeing each other. But we've been out all night together. We've been drinking. Now we were getting in each other's guts for a little bit. And afterwards, we fell asleep, as one does. I woke up in the middle of the night when another naked man entered the bed with us. Yeah, I don't know if any of you have ever woke up and you found yourself in the middle of your own porn search. Has that happened to you yet? What the hell happened to her? Which one of us has to come in her and which one of us has to eat it out? Which one of us is doing that? That's not what I searched for, that's just what I found at the end. You know what I mean? Don't judge someone on the last thing you find in their internet search. It's not the search, it's just the rabbit hole. Fuck, I've said too much. Jesus Christ. She got kids, though. Any parents out here? Parents make some noise? Yeah. I wonder if any of you mothers out there, any mothers out there have to take any batteries out of their vibrator this year for Christmas? So their kid could have a good night? What? Anyone? No? Sounds like she's a better mother than everybody in this goddamn room then. Problem is we weren't paying good enough attention. We just thought, well, there's a solution to this problem. And she takes the little remote control toy and she goes out and she's putting the batteries in it. And then I come back to the bedroom and our little boy the 5-year-old's found the real toy. And he's just rubbing it all over his face. It's got that real skin feel. You gotta pop it in your mouth to see what that's like. I know. But she had been such a good mom all day. I didn't want him to stop. I didn't want her to miss it, right? So I just, "Oh, Stephanie, come in here, won't you?" And then she comes in, and she just freaks out because he's got little slimy lines all over his face. It's great. Now, when I was married, there was a hair issue in the house. I always had hair on everything we owned, but I had every day in the shower, there was a clump of hair in the shower drain. It looked like a dead rodent in there, right? So I stopped jerking off in the shower for fear this thing might come back to life. But I get it now. I had long hair a couple of years ago down past my shoulder, so I understand it, ladies. I understand the problem. Had this happen a bit. I wonder if this happened to anyone else in here. You're in the shower, rub-a-dub. You're trying to get that tailpipe. What do we find back there, girls? Big old long hair, right? Yeah. Is it growing there or just passing through? I don't know. Feels awful good running across your balloon knot, though, doesn't it? Huh? That's a good one. Hey, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thanks a lot. I'm Chris Seymour. Enjoy the rest of the show. Make a lot of noise for your next comic, Isaiah Mason, everybody.
How's everybody doing tonight? All right, awesome. So this is kind of my first time doing something like this. I've always dreamed of, coming up on stage, saying a couple jokes. Thank you. I have 2 kids. I have 2 beautiful daughters. One's 4. One was just born about 2 weeks ago. You're saying "oh," but you haven't met any of them yet. For a while, when me and my fiance was trying to have another baby, I thought for the longest I couldn't have any more. And I started getting nervous, I'm 21, why can't I have no more kids? I thought it was because of the way I came at it, I'd go to the bathroom first, I'd look in the mirror, I'd start flexing, like, ooh, she's about to take all of it. Every single 2 inches of it. And then I'd give her the best 30 seconds of her life, and that'd be the end of that. So we went to Tennessee one day for a little vacation to get out of town, and well, I had told my grandparents, like, "Hey, will you watch Ari for me?" which is my 4-year-old. And they said, "Yeah." 9 months later, now I have another one. I think it's really the hot tubs that really do it for you, honestly. It's nothing like the porn stars do it for 30 minutes. I can't. It's too much. You ask me. Way too much. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. If you guys know what I'm talking about. Thank you. You know, being a porn star has to be, has to suck, really, You gotta work them long, hard hours. Barely any breaks. You probably don't even know the guy, honestly. It's nothing like real life, man. Having sex, nothing like it. Nothing like porn at all. You walk into it thinking you know what you're doing and you don't. Try something you see in porn and she's gonna be mad at you the rest of the night. All right, well, that's all I really had for tonight. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Why don't you guys give it up for the next comedian, Blake Hammond.
Oh yeah, hey, one more time for Isaiah, huh? He also went short during that set, so that's funny. 2 minutes everywhere. I like the consistency. That's good. It's cool this entire table got off at Speedway to come here tonight. That's nice. I'm joking. It's funny. It's a funny thing to say. Yeah, hi. Calm down. I only have so much time. Shut up, Schubert. Fuck. All right. We're gonna start jokes. Yo, people on the internet keep telling me I look like Chum Lee from Pawn Stars, and even if you don't know what that dude looks like, Chum Lee is not a hot guy's nickname. You know what I mean? Chum Lee sounds like a D-list whale at SeaWorld. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh no, Shamu's sick today. Here's Chum Lee, kids. Chum Lee, the only whale that wears a t-shirt in the pool. Here he is. Chum Lee only eats Swedish fish. Fuck yeah, dude. I got married recently. I have a wife. Sorry, whores. I have a wife. Yeah, sorry, you dumb sluts. I'm taken. I do have a wife, and she's much prettier than you guys are imagining right now. Laugh too hard at that. Fuck you, lady. Jesus. Jesus fucking Christ. She's hot. Fuck you, dude. And real. She's hot and real. My wife took the batteries out of my Xbox controller recently, and she put them into her vibrator. And my friend was like, "Oh, that means she wants to have sex." I was like, "Nah, that means she wants to have an orgasm." Those are two separate events. And my friend was making fun of me. He's like, "Oh, you can't make your wife come?" I was like, "Dude, it's 2023. I don't make women do anything." So, sorry for being an ally, ladies. If you want to come, maybe get with a misogynist, you stupid, stupid bitch. That's so fun to say. She is unhappy. Nobody laughed when I said that. That's fun. Okay, I have one more joke I want to do. Clap if you remember the first time you heard about somebody from your grade hooking up with somebody else. Clap if you remember that time. Okay. Dude, I was so fucking young. I was so young. I was in the 6th grade. I know, too young. Catholic school. I was in the 6th grade, and my friend came up to me, and he goes, "Dude, did you hear about Chris? He got a blowjob on Christmas break." And I was so young at the time, I was like, "Wait, you can ask Santa for that?" I asked for a Game Boy Color, dude. I fucked up. And let me tell you guys, I did try to ask Santa for a blowjob, and what happens is he doesn't bring you a blowjob. What does happen is you get kicked out of the mall. Yeah, you don't get that picture back, but all right, that's pretty fun. You guys have been great. That was really good. Hell yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I'm Blake Hammond. Your next comedian come up, he drove all the way from Indianapolis. I want you guys to make a lot of noise for Stephen Riley, everybody.
Yeah. Shit. Keep it going for Blake, everybody. Yeah. Such a good-looking crowd here tonight. Yeah, clap if you're very attractive. Clap. Yeah. Clap if you're not very attractive. Now clap if you're attracted to me. I knew it. It's the Indianapolis, right? No. Anyways, though, so I just performed for a 10-year-old's birthday party because I hate myself. This mom booked me and my friends to do her 10-year-old's birthday party because that's exactly what 10-year-olds want for their birthday party. 4 grown-ass men arriving at their door that look like they should be on a Catch a Predator. I don't know what she's thinking. The only people who would accept this damn gig should be people who shouldn't be near kids in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, I was so scared. I thought when I was going to enter the house, I was going to meet Chris Hansen, you know? Like, happy birthday, Timmy! And all I hear is, no. Sit down. And why does he always serve pizza with it too? You know what I mean? I find it funny because they actually did serve pizza at the birthday party. Okay. I don't know what I expected because I didn't want to do it in the first place. Because there's only 2 worst possible outcomes to performing this. Because one, I thought we were going to get catfished, you know? Who does this? Who does that to their 10-year-old birthday? I thought we were getting catfished. I thought we were arriving the door, you know, they roofie us, and next thing you know, I'm in a sex dungeon. Or the next worst possible outcome, we actually have to perform for 10-year-olds. Most comedians will tell you this, the worst audience to perform for are people who were not expecting comedy at all. Right? Like, we are gathered here today for the funeral of Will Smith. But put your hands together for Stephen Riley! Yeah. Well, I just found out the worst audience to perform for. 10-year-olds who could be any less more disinterested in my dick jokes. Like he said, I am from Indianapolis, you know, but I do travel a bit. You know, I've traveled through Kentucky a few times, and I don't know if you guys have ever been in Kentucky. There is this exit, you know, off this interstate that has a Marathon gas station and a sex store. I'm thinking, that's disgusting. Who still uses Marathon gas stations anymore? No, the sex store, man. I don't know. I find it funny because if you ever go, they had like an attraction sign, and they put the sex store on the attraction sign. That's $500 of taxpayer money just to tell everybody in the world that this town was home to 20 serial killers. You know what I mean? And why is the sex store outside the exit? You know, like it's some impulsive thing, like I go to a gas station or a restaurant. Sex store isn't impulsive, you know? Like no one's traveling to grandma's house and looking at the sex store thinking, you know, this vacation needs? Anal beads. Do you know what we should give grandma for her present? Used anal beads. I know, and they have snacks too. Kids, you want some edible underwear? I think they have cherry and strawberry. No. No one is impulsive to go to a goddamn sex store. Like, no one is that happy just to go into a sex store singing, oh, look, there's dildos and strap-ons. And clamps for your nipples. And there's anal be bumpy that come in bright purple. And there's big plastic penises. And along with cock rings. Because these are a few of my favorite things. All right, guys, that is my time. Thank you guys so much. Now, the next comedian coming up, I met her before the show. She seems like a sweet lady. Give it up for Jackie O'Neill.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out tonight. It was kind of a dreary night, you know. I'm actually glad that I came here myself. Kind of tempted to stay in. So what do you think about last Sunday night? Got any Bengals fans here? Howdy! 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 Yeah, I kind of accidentally said that last Sunday. For real. And a couple guys were disappointed when I corrected myself. But, you know, won't mention any names of who they might have been. Could be here tonight. So last year is over. The holidays, the cold snap. Did anyone here have frozen pipes? Frozen pipes? Yeah, like they are a mess. It's a problem. And I don't know why they don't just keep water from freezing. I mean, it's a pretty simple solution. Moonshine in the water supply. Alcohol does not freeze. It's not that hard. If I had a cistern, I'd be doing it. So yeah, there are places that still haven't dried out yet. I mean, they have, you know, major damage. So speaking of drying out, some of us might have some major damage too. Who is doing dry January? Anyone here tonight? No? Bunch of luscious. That's all right. I'm hopefully funnier if you drink, so. A round for everybody. Unheard. No, I did try dry January. I really did. I prepared. You know, I bought my 5 different kinds of soda, my sparkling apple juice. You know, I was ready to go, ready for going out to restaurants, what I needed to order. So I went with a friend of mine to a little Mexican restaurant, you know, the ones where no one speaks English but you. So you kind of have to be okay with whatever you get. Just be glad that you have authentic, delicious food. So I went with my Indian friend, and you know, he speaks Hindi too, but that didn't really help us there. So when it came time to ordered my root beer, got a Corona. That was kind of the end of dry January. But I did read that Canada is doing dry February, so we all have another shot. What do you say? Woo! All right. Yeah, I don't think so. That's okay. Alcohol, you know, alcohol does cause some problems, right? I mean, there can be problems in relationships, driving, texting. You know, one night I was just surfing the web, decided to look up drunk app. I don't really remember why now. But anyway, I looked up drunk app another time and came up with a lot of results. Like, I was really surprised at how many drunk apps are out there. One is called Drunk Mode. So drunk mode is what you put your phone on before you start drinking so you don't booty call the wrong person. Has anyone ever done that? Like, that could be a little embarrassing. Don't text your ex. No. So there's another one called Am I Drunk? I mean, that's when if you're like so hammered, you don't even know it, right? You forget you even started drinking. And then there's Drunk Stopper, Drunk Blocker. And like, I don't have a clue what that is, I just like the name. My favorite, though, is I'm Getting Arrested. Like, that's the app nobody wants. But you better download it before you need it, or you are screwed. and hope that it works better than iPhone's autocorrect. You know, I was typing something, and I'm not sure who I was typing it to know this, but do you know that iPhone's autocorrect does not recognize the word penis? It's true. But what's funny, and you guys are going to check this later, I know, it does suggest peninsula, which suggests it's learning. So, alcohol, yeah, causes some problems, also has some benefits. We've all heard red wine's good for your heart. Hard liquor prevents food poisoning. Did you know that? That is true. There have been studies. So don't feel bad if you decide not to do dry January or dry February. Just have a good time, be safe, and don't drink and text. Thank you all. And let's give it up for the next comedian, Andrew Riggs.
Howdy, everybody. Just so you all know, they do live stream this, and my son is watching. Sorry about this. Hey, Joshua, I love you. Have a good night. Never mind that. That was for him. This next part's for you guys. I'm thrilled to be in Ohio, the Florida of the Midwest, as it's called. I call it that. The lady's whole thing was about not drinking, so I'm going to ask you guys this question. Have you ever been driving so drunk that sobriety checkpoints start to make sense? You're like, someone should put a stop to this, for sure. Yeah, I'm not here to judge anybody. I am going to talk about a particular type of judgment, though. When you're at the grocery store, and you get that cart with the fucked up wheel, and everybody's looking at you like you brought it from home, right? We've gotten more accepting over, you know, of interracial relationships and gay marriages. When my wheel squeaks, I go, fuck! I wish I was gay right now. Yeah, I'm pretty judgmental. I got cut off by a person the other day, and I was so pissed off, as most of us are, right? But then I looked at his license plate. It was a handicap license plate, and I was like, can't be too mad. That's probably how it happened, though. You can't drive like that for too long without it catching up to you somehow. And realistically, if he's in a wheelchair, he's driving the wheelchair, and he's also driving this van. This is all you do. How are you still bad at it? Judgment has existed since, you know, forever. I've been really into the Salem witch trials. Do you all know what that is? I'm going to explain it. It's basically 25 women with a loose understanding of math. And they were like, we're going to huck those bitches in a river. I can't imagine just living in those times and like your wife is like sweeping a little too well. You're like, pretty good with that broom, huh? Those old people, older generations, they died in more fascinating ways. And why I think that is because I'm really into like ghost hunting TV shows, which I think are hilarious in and of themselves. Because basically, you say something spooky happens at your house, you call these people, they record it. They're like, you have a poltergeist, and then they leave. They don't even help you out. It's like, what kind of hunting is this? Catch and release? Like, the old ghosts, they always do something related to like how they died. You know, like this is Jimmy. They always do. This is Jimmy. He's flipping our butcher's block over because he got stabbed to death. Anyone who goes ghost hunting after my generation is going to have to deal with a lot of fentanyl ghosts. They're just going to be describing what they're going through. This ghost keeps taking the copper out of our dryer. Writing, can I get a ride to Lowe's in the wall? They get too strong, you're gonna have to Narcan. All right, you guys. I've been Andrew Riggs. Thank you very much. Keep it going for your next comic, the very funny Jimmy Market.
Thank you. Keep it going for Andrew, you guys. Keep it going for Andrew. Funny stuff. I love the ghosts. Funny stuff. Guys, how are you doing? Good. Go Bananas, good. It's been a couple of years since I've been here. I really like what they've done with the place, the renovations. This door was not always here. It's a nice door. I'm just a little nervous that like a grumpy old man's gonna burst through there telling me to get off his property. It's beautiful though, it's a lovely door. You guys, I'm gonna start this off with saying that I did not come from money, okay? Did not have a lot of money growing up, but that's okay. Because I feel like when you don't come from money, you're more like grounded, you know, into reality. Because people who do have money, right, like the insanely wealthy, they're in a whole different bracket, you know what I mean? Like, for example, like the Wall Street guys, right? Insanely wealthy, right? Most of them are into getting their balls crushed. They love their balls getting stepped on. That's what they're into. And I'm not here to judge that, okay? Like, I just don't understand it, but who knows? Maybe if I come into some money, there's a light switch that's just gonna turn right on, you know? You know, like I win the lottery and I'm like, baby, guess what? We're rich. Champagne? No, honey, get the high heels. It's ball stomping time. Gotta celebrate. Step on my balls like a Marlboro Red cigarette. Ash it out. Okay, no. Dumb. You guys, I share a Hulu password with my mother. It's going great. You know, we were about to watch Hulu one night, right? And Hulu said, it's time to change your password, okay? And my mom goes, oh, pass me the remote. I got this. I'm like, Mother knows best. Here you are. She goes, we should make the password our family name. Okay? So here's the thing. Our family is Greek, right? And if you don't know anything about Greek last names, they are long as shit. They're very long. And, well, I'm not going to tell you exactly what our name is, but I will tell you this. It has 6 L's in it. It's long. Like, as a matter of fact, when we entered our family name as the password, right? You know, like the little R, like on the bottom where it says password strength? Under password strength, it went, holy shit, are you sure about this? It's long. And what's funny is my mom didn't think it was long enough. She goes, let's add a $sign. You want to add a $sign? We're going to get carpal tunnel every time we want to watch Handmaid's Tale. Let's see. You guys, this is going to be a little bit uncomfortable, but don't worry. There's a happy ending. I promise. There's a happy ending. You guys, I have ADHD. I do. It's pretty bad. Oh, thank you. Whistle. Nice. I'm getting catcalled for having ADHD. Sick. Yeah, there it is. There's the ADHD. But I have it, okay? And I especially had it when I was a kid, but it was for sure misdiagnosed because they told me I had autism. They were like, yes, you have autism. Your son has autism. And so I had to run some tests and, did not have autism. And my parents felt really bad So they took me out for ice cream. That's the happy ending. I got ice cream. He goes, nothing says, sir, we thought you had autism, like Baskin Robbins. Oh, let's see, what else? You guys, I love driving through the back roads of Ohio. I love it. I love going through the radio stations, seeing what's out there. One time I was on a conservative radio station, and they had a little radio show they were doing called Conspiracy Theory Thursday. You could call in and give a conspiracy theory. It's wild, insanely wild. And what's crazy about it is these people really do believe in these conspiracy theories that they're telling on the radio. And you can tell that they really believe because you can hear the rustling of the tinfoil in the background. And that's my time. Thank you, guys. I've been Jimmy Market. Thank you. Thank you for your time. And guys, please keep it going for your next comic. Dan Friedman, let him hear it.
Jimmy Market, keep going forward. If you were Hispanic, your name would be Jimmy Mercado. About half the room got that. Cool. Heck yeah. All right. My name's Dan. I'm originally from here in Cincinnati. Grew up here. Lived in LA for 15 years. Had to move back. I moved there because I hate the winter. Anybody besides me hate the winter? I fucking can't stand it. The first time it snowed, my 62-year-old neighbor was like, hey, is it cold enough for you? And I punched him. And I'm 50, so it's okay. I didn't kick an old man's ass. It was an even fight. I fucking hate snow, man. When you're gone for a while where it snows and then you come back and you see snow again for the first time. And let me be clear, when I lived in LA, people always say, hey, you want to go skiing? Fuck no, I moved 3,000 miles to get away from that shit. That is misery to me, man. And I never went skiing, I didn't do any of that shit. And then I came back here and then I saw snow for the first time in 15 years. And it's kind of like running into an ex-girlfriend from a bad relationship while you're grocery shopping. It's like the first couple of minutes you're talking to them, you're like, hey, I can get back into this. This wasn't that bad. And then 10 minutes into it, you're like, you know what? Fuck this. I remember exactly what happened. You suck. See, we think it gets cold here. No, it does not get cold here. I was actually in Minot, North Dakota doing a show one time. True story. Weatherman got on the news and he goes, it's going to be so cold tomorrow, it's not going to snow. You know it's cold when snow is hanging out in the clouds like, fuck it. You need a hat or some shit if you want to go out in the house. So the new year is upon us. I'm trying to quit smoking. I smoke. We got smokers here? Yeah, cool. I smoke. It's funny, when you tell people that you're quitting smoking, they always want to give you tips. And some of them are helpful, like, hey, chew some gum, chew on a toothpick. I had one weird friend that was like, every time you want a cigarette, you should masturbate. Bro, I smoke 2.5 packs of smokes a day. And I chain smoke. My right arm would be gigantic by noon. Be like an Incredible Hulk arm, just one big fucking... Make the cigarette outside the restaurant's a lot more interesting, though, don't you think? Yeah, what are you doing, Dan? Oh, I'm smoking. Anybody want a bum of smoke? Not a menthol. Did a lot of weird jobs when you're a comedian. I actually worked in the video game business for 15 years in LA. I was a game tester, actually, kind of cool. At one point in my gaming career, if you will, I was actually one of the top 1,200 players in Call of Duty. Yeah, look at all the guys. They're like, yeah, cool. Little tip for you guys, never got me laid, all right? Just so you know. 5 words that'll never get you laid. I am good at video games. 5 words that will get you laid. I have a retirement plan. Come up here right now like a comedian with a retirement plan? Folks, I'm good at video games. I got the Xbox, the headset, all that shit. People, whenever I'm on there, they're like, they tell me I sound like Vin Diesel. I don't hear it, but do you guys hear it? Do you? Because every time I'm on, dudes are like, hey man, you sound like Vin Diesel, you sound like Vin Diesel. I think it'd be cool if Vin got on Xbox one day and people were like, hey man, you sound like Dan Friedman. Kind of cool. So before I go, if you're drinking tonight, drink up, have fun. We got beer drinkers here? Yeah, I'm a beer drinking guy myself. I happen to be Jewish. If you didn't know this, there's actually a beer that's brewed by Hasidic Jews called Hebrew. It is a real beer. The only difference is when you open it, instead of going, it goes, oi, oi, oi. And then you open it, the light beer goes, ugh. And when you pour it, the beer has a yarmulke with a propeller on it. Because we're festive. Folks, I've been Dan Friedman. Y'all been a lot of fun. Thanks. The next comedian is a good friend of mine. He likes to wear bright shoes. I call these his mustard Nikes. Give it up for my good friend, the very funny Rand Barticlow.
What a strange intro. One more time for Dan Friedman, everybody. Clap him. He put VO5 in his hair for this. I don't think you guys look like you work at a speedway. No. I think you guys all look like very successful lawyers. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck that whole side of the room, dude. Fuck them. They're not fun. I'm fucking hanging out over here. God damn, I had a weird... What are you, half a mannequin? Look at me. Blink! God. Looking at me like a gentleman. I had a fucked up day today. I had a weird ass day. I got too high. I got too high in the morning. I've never, I was just like not ready, because weed will just, dude, this is how high I got. I was so high, I got one of them shaky toothbrushes. You know what I'm talking about? One of them shake boys that jam the plaque off your fucking stupid teeth. I got one of those. And they tell you not to bite down on them, but you always bite down on them, so your eyes will shake. You know you do. You know you do. Y'all know you do. Dentists are like, don't. And you're like, fuck you. What do you know? So I bit down on the toothbrush, and I'm like, I'm like buzzing out in the mirror, and I'm high. And I looked at myself in the mirror, and I went, am I my brain? That fucked me up. That fucking destroyed me. I was like, am I my brain, or is my brain me? I was like, what the fuck? I was at Whole Foods looking at people like, you're not even real. I was like, you fucking destroyed me, man. I was so goddamn. I was like, am I my brain destroyed me? That's like a weed thing that, like, I know if I drink like 3 beers, I can have a conversation. I can pretend to listen. You know what I mean? Like, I know I can. If I have 30 beers, I'm gonna take a shower with my fucking shirt on. Like, I know that. I know that's a thing that I'll do. But with weed, like, I smoke a vape pen, which is just like, let's learn the guitar. It's like fucking, it's the best thing. And I know if I just take a gentleman's kiss out of the vape, if I just take a little, hello, daytime, if I do that, and if I'm somewhere, I'll be like, I should help that old woman with her groceries. I should help her. I could do the same thing with weed. A fucking angel's whisper, just a, and then I could look at the same old woman and be like, I bet I could fucking kill her with my bare hands. She's got soft bones. I bet I could smash her old ass. What's she doing out here at noon? I just broke up with my girlfriend a couple months ago. It's all good. I guess I was squanching her too hard or something. I don't know. I guess I was just squamping her way too roughly. No, it's because I was a bad boyfriend.
made her get an abortion. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's a comedy show. You fucking pussies. It wasn't anything like that. We just broke up regular style. I hope she's on fire right now. And we're just whatever. And I'm not like, dude, I'm not psyched about dating people again. Cause like, all right, dude, I got on the fucking apps just to see. And like, I'm too old, I think. Cause like, I can't match, I'm 39. I can't match with somebody in their early 20s. What the fuck am I gonna say to them? I can't be like, oh cool, you were born in 1999? Fun story, when you were 1, I got a hand job at the mall. I was jacked off at the mall. She's like, Amazon? I'm like, no, the mall. It's like a store where your grandpa gets his fucking head shaken off by a chair. While he waits for your Mima at the soap store. I was jacked off there. Plus I can't get with someone. Dude, I saw a lady on Hinge that was 61 years old. I was like, get off Hinge. You're too old. You're far too old. She was on there like, make me laugh. And I was like, no. You're a fucking grandmother. What am I gonna take a grandmother around my boys? I'm gonna walk in and be like, this is my girlfriend. She's fucking old as shit, man. I don't know. You gotta always talk to her like this. You gotta be like, do you wanna go see a movie? A fucking nightmare. All right, that's enough out of me. Thank you, everybody. And keep clapping for your next comedian. Adam Minnick, baby!
One more time for Rand! Great. I used to be a teacher. Anyone else make bad choices? Anyone else? Just me? Yeah. I didn't do it for the low pay. I also did it for the disrespect. That's why I taught. Teaching's tough. Teaching's tough. It's a tough profession. Yeah, first year is your hardest year. My first year, my car was keyed and there's a hate note on my desk. Yeah, that was the toughest preschool class I ever taught. They call me Mr. Poopyhead. It was brutal. I taught kindergarten. I thought that'd be easier. It wasn't. It was scarier. We had this writing assignment. This girl, Sally, adorable, never did her homework. Next day shows up, nothing. I go, Sally, I have to call your mom. You didn't do your homework. She's like, I wouldn't do that, Mr. Minnick. I'm like, why? She goes, snitches get stitches. It's like, all right. Go back to your desk and quit vaping. That'd be nice. That's nice. Kids will say random things to you. I was doing after school duty. This first grader turns to me. She goes, hey, Mr. Minnick, are you married? I'm like, yeah. She goes, do you have any kids? I go, no. She's like, are you lonely? I go, I am now. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm gonna go cry. Kids are mean. They're mean, no filter. I was doing recess duty. Second grade ran up to me. She goes, you're a teacher. You're poor. I was like, what? I was like, whoa, this kid's mean. She goes, you live in the parking lot. I'm like, whoa, this kid knows too much. I just did it one time, left the note on my desk. This is how much he hated me. He wrote, I'm going to electrocute you. Yeah, this is how much he hated me. He was Amish. I am married. Married people here tonight? Married people? Oh, I can feel the tension. It's here. It's here. My wife moved in. She's like, Adam, we have too many things. We should donate stuff. We buy something new, we donate something. I'm like, that is a good idea. For example, I buy a new shirt, I donate a shirt. She buys new shoes, I mind my own business. And then she donates one of my shirts. My wife's Puerto Rican, she's from the island, and I was doing shows in Alabama. This good old boy walked up to me after the show, upset. He's like, hey boy, I got a question. I'm like, yeah. He goes, your wife really Puerto Rican? I go, yeah. He goes, she better talk that English good. Yeah. And I go, you first. We have a 17-month-old boy. He's amazing. His name is Sebastian. We named him after my hero, the crab from Little Mermaid. And I told my wife, like, I want to be a cool dad. She's like, you can't be a cool dad. I'm like, why? She goes, what are you going to do one day? And Sebastian comes home and goes, I hate you, Mom. I'm like, I don't know. I hate her too. Right? When she was nursing, we went out for drinks one night. We got home. She's like, Adam, I have to pump and dump. I'm like, why? She goes, there's alcohol in my milk. I'm like, we can sell that. She's like, how are you gonna do that? I go, we sell it as White Russians. That's what we do. Met episode of high school friends. They all have kids. We're talking like, what are we gonna do with the kids when they go to college? It's expensive. How are you gonna pay for it? My buddy goes, my kid wants to go to college. He's gotta pay for it. Like, you want your kids to have a better life than you, right? You want them to have better things. My wife's in corporate. She's like, I want Sebastian to go on and be a doctor. And I go, I'm a comedian. I want Sebastian to go and be anything else. Anything else, that'll work. I'm in my 40s. I'm getting compliments. I don't think of compliments. I was, first week Sebastian's home. I'm exhausted, sleep deprived, no patience for anyone. And I'm at this red light. My windows are down. These high schoolers see me. They threw a dirty spoon in my window, took off running. I am livid. I went on the block, caught the one kid. I'm screaming at him for like 5 minutes. Again, I'm in my 40s. I don't take crap from anyone. Kid goes, dude, you're like 30 years old. I'm like, hey, that's really nice of you. You're a nice boy. You guys been a lot of fun. You ready for your next act? You're gonna love him. Please give it up for McGregor Legs.
I'm gay. I feel like I have to say that at the top of my set because you already don't believe me. And I think the reason for that is because gay people have excellent PR. We have a really good image for what gay people are. Like, when you think of a gay person, you don't want to think of this guy, right? Like, you imagine some buff, beautiful twink in New York City walking down a pride parade with a rainbow flag. He's covered in glitter. He's gonna get his NYU degree in real estate. He's already has $250,000 in his bank account. You don't want to think of like a dude who clearly gets all of his gay action at truck stop gas stations. When you think of gay people, you don't want to think of the guy who is definitely the reason Love has a sign that says one trucker per shower. You know? That's not the gay guy you want to think of. I think one of the reasons I definitely don't give off gay vibes is I wear flip-flops a lot. I call them flip-flops. I know the word slide is a lot more popular these days, but I feel like white people stole that word from black people, right? Because flip-flop is clearly a white person's word. You show any white person that shoe, they can't think of anything else, right? They just wear them, they're like, oh, my feet are flipping and flopping. All right. Back to gay stuff. I came out in my hometown, which was in Kentucky. You're welcome for the opioid addictions. But when I came out in my hometown, all my friends, you know, are these redneck, good old boy types. So all they had were these like weird, closed-minded questions like, McGregor, are you afraid of getting AIDS? That's my primary weight loss plan. Come on. I watch the Dallas Buyers Club like straight people watch Rocky. You know what I mean? Very inspiring. I don't know. I think every small town is weird like that, you know? And I think it has to do with the names of those small towns. Because the story behind the reason that town got that name can either be like elegantly beautiful or like just incredibly fucked up. You know what I mean? Like the story of my hometown's name is kind of beautiful. It's a place called Berea, Kentucky. Some of you know this place. And the reason this town has this name is because in the Bible, Berea is the place that liked Jesus better than the rest of Greece. And so the Bible was like, hey, shout out Berea. And then, in the 1800s, a pastor moved to my hometown, and he had an anti-slavery message. And my hometown quite liked the idea of stopping slavery. But if you can imagine, the rest of Kentucky was not so hot on the idea of stopping slavery, right? So he was like, this place is Berea. Isn't that a beautiful story? Lynchburg, Virginia, on the other hand. Like, oh my God. Hey, what should we name our town? I don't know. What is the worst thing that has ever happened here? It's like if you named New York 9/11sburg. I know I can't come back from that, so I'm ending it there. Thank you very much. All right. Your next comedian coming up, give her a warm welcome. It's Holly Hudson.
All right, guys, I know what you're thinking. I bet she does anal. I don't actually. I just end up disappointing a lot of dirty old men. So I'm from Yellow Springs originally. Give it up, Yellow Springs. You guys been there? Good, excellent. But I've been living in London, England the last few years. It's not witness protection. I chose to be there. But it's a very confusing place to live. Okay, because the British never say what they mean. Now, I'll give you an example. If a Brit says, it's not ideal, that means their mother has died. If they say, it's less than perfect, their brother has fucked their wife. But if a Brit says, it's a bloody nightmare, it's awful, the train's been delayed. Or there's 3% left on their phone. Now in Ohio, if someone says it's a bloody nightmare, it means there's been a mass shooting on the same day we get hit by a Category 5 tornado. So I gotta tell you guys, I resent being called a cougar. I don't chase younger men. I train them. I give notes. And then I release them back into the community for the benefit of younger women. You're welcome, ladies. You're welcome. And ladies, when you spend the night with a man who knows how to use his tongue, and you're on your 8th orgasm of the evening, it won't be God's name you'll be screaming, it'll be mine. I'm dating a British guy. And like America and the UK, we have a special relationship. As the American, obviously, I'm the more dominant, richer partner. As the Brit, he's just happy to be in the relationship. When I start fights, he says things like, I stand shoulder to shoulder with you, Holly. I let him think that, but really he's in my pocket. He came on my tits the other day. Bit of friendly fire. A few more weeks and I'll be ready to release him back into the community. So I've been thinking a lot lately about flat earthers. You know, I was talking about conspiracy theories earlier. You know, seems to be a lot of them around, and I just don't get it. We have known the world is round since the Greeks. Okay, imagine being a Greek 3,000 years ago. You're there, you're wearing a bed sheet, your buildings are in ruins, your wife's a small boy, and yet, you're still smarter than millions of people today who believe the world is flat. There are people who have all of human knowledge in the palm of their hand and go, nope, No, not for me. I'd rather get my news from my neighbor Darren on Facebook. Edison, Da Vinci, Shakespeare. Would they have bothered if they'd known they could be swiped in favor of a cat playing the piano? Would Newton have given a shit about gravity? All right, gravity sucks because as you get older, everything droops. No woman has ever thanked Newton for all his great work. All right, folks, so remember the Me Too, the hashtag Me Too movement a couple years ago? Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm a supporter, yeah. But us middle-aged ladies over here are like, what about the Fuck Me Too movement? Now that's a movement I can get behind. Or in front of. Or bent over the kitchen table. Okay, I was on the tube, on the subway in London not long ago, and I was smiling back at a good-looking guy my age who was smiling at me. You know, basically, I looked to my left and realized he was smiling at the 20-something next to me. But that's okay, because, you know, basically, I looked down to my right and realized that there's a 75-year-old guy eyeballing me over here. I'm like, what the hell? Let's go, Grandpa. When an older man comes up to me now, I don't know if he wants to date me or he wants my seat. And that is my time, people. You've been great. Please give it up for your next comedian, Aaron Tushenko.
How's everybody doing? I'm 44, and I got kids and a wife. Anybody else out here got wives and kids? Or the opposite, husband, kids? Okay. So I went to a rave last Saturday night, which was it's funny as a 44-year-old to go to a rave. It was funny. There was a couple girls in front of me, and you guys know the new generation with their phones. It's just like there's no thought process about whether it's rude or not. But so we're dancing. The two girls are there, and she's like showing off her hot boyfriend to her friend on her phone. The brightness levels up, just completely. Isn't he hot? You know, whatever she's doing, and I'm just sitting there like, dude, please, the brightness level. And then she stops. She gives the phone to her friend and does her little dance. Looks around and no one's like giving her any attention, so she just like they both leave. So that was my story about the rave. That didn't land very well. I'm gonna move on to a little joke. So there's an FBI agency, and there's a guy that decides he's gonna come into that FBI agency and he's gonna put in his resume. So he goes in and he gives the resume and he's like, I got all the credentials needed to do this. I've got all the college degrees. I've been wanting to do this all my life. I'm ready to like give my whole everything to the FBI agency. And the guy's like, all right, you need to really understand that like you got to do it whatever we say. And he's like, I'm ready. So he's like, okay, here the FBI agent says, here's a gun. I want you to go out in the lobby and shoot your wife. So he's like, I can't do that. And he's like, I'm sorry, this job's not for you. So the next guy comes in, same deal. I've been waiting all my life. Been, just like my life dream. So the guy gives him the spiel, your life is ours. Like basically anything we say you got to do. So he's about to give him a gun, and he's like, I need you to go out into the lobby and shoot your wife. And he's like, I can't do it. So the third guy comes in, same spiel, I've been waiting all my life. I got all the credentials. I'm ready to just give my whole life up for it. And the FBI agent says, okay, here's a gun. I want you to go out in the lobby and shoot your wife. So he takes the gun, goes out in the lobby, and the FBI agent hears like, then he hears like chairs being ruffled around, and the guy comes back in, and the FBI agent's like, so how'd it go? And he's like, that gun you gave me had nothing but blanks in it. I had to choke that bitch to death. Oh. And then there's a quick one. You know why the trans man only ate salad? Right? Because he was a her before? Ah, I'm trying. I do got to touch on just, I'm sure a lot of people in here love football and sports, and we got to touch on just the idiotic questions that are asked by the interviewers after the game, such as, what was your plan going out there the second half? Well, we wanted to score points, and what happens if you score the most points, we win. Wow! Okay, what was your strategy in throwing that amazing pass? Well, what I did was I threw it really good, and the guy caught it. And like, yeah, I mean, just pay attention to those questions. They're fucking just the most idiotic questions you ever heard in your life. Yeah, so I'm moving on here. This is only my second time doing this, so I appreciate you guys being patient with me. I got another quick little story. I had some marijuana tincture. Marijuana is a fun subject matter. I had some marijuana tincture that I gave to a buddy the other day, and it's really a potent tincture, legal, and it's really like somewhere you want to take like 3 drops. But this guy, he took like two full droppers, kind of just a hippie pothead guy, and I came to see him the next day, and was just like, "How's it going?" And he was like visually like white in the face, and he tells me, "That tincture ain't shit." And I'm sitting there looking at him like, and then he tells me, "I'm really tired. I really need to go home soon." And I'm looking at him like, "Bro, you are high as shit still." Like, it was hilarious. This guy, he doesn't live with anybody, so no one was there to tell him like, "Bro, this is what's happening. You took way too much tincture." So I think that's it for me. Appreciate you guys. And I'm going to bring up my next guest. We got Giles Chicory.
Thank you so much. Give it up for the new guy. Maybe he'll give it up. We don't do rude here, folks. This is a positive environment. We're nice people. You seem nice. Thank you for coming out. Hello, are you well? I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. What the fuck? It's okay to be polite. What a great year so far it has been for me. Now that we're talking about it, I just went on a trip. I flew on Frontier Airlines. Has anyone else ever done that? Everyone? All of you have flown without dignity before? Congratulations. It was great. It was nice. They I don't know, they did this thing where they made me put my personal item in a metal box to make sure that it fit, which is cool that they make you prove how poor you are. That's a nice little setup they got there. I wish they did that for more broke people shit. I wish they were like, "Oh, you want to get on Medicaid? Make your foot fit in this used air cast. Yeah, the one that's held together with packing tape. And hurry up, Cinderella, there's a long line behind you. Need to check your blood pressure? How about you use this 4,000-pound metal chair? Yeah, it's in the pharmacy, right next to the window where people are paying for medicine. Don't worry, it's next to a giant rack of lube, so you'll know where to find it. It's nice. Wow. I was afraid I was going to have a bad time up here. 200 people are making sure that's not the case. We should all hang out after this or something. I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm going to find out. I'm going to be looking in the windows of your cars in the parking lot. You'll see me. You'll see me. It's cool. I had a good trip. It was first trip with my girlfriend. What? How did he do it? I don't know. No, I wooed her with my ability to make people laugh. Fuck you. No. We flew Frontier together. It was her idea, and that's fine. It's fine. we had to sit across the aisle from each other, and there was an open seat on the other side of her. So I asked the flight attendant, I was like, can I move over? We're in love. And the flight attendant pistol whipped me. And she told me to shut my whore mouth. I'll fly Frontier again. I don't give a shit. If I had to give one review of Frontier, and this is honest, like one honest feedback, more piss on the plastic toilet, please. Because, yeah, there was a lot, but I want it to look like a fucking jug of sweet tea on a hot summer's day. You know, just drip it. It's a great time. I flew to Florida, obviously. Now I'm back here. We came back about a week later. My girlfriend was over at my place. We went to like the grocery store, came back, we cooked, we were eating, we like cleaned some shit up. And then I was sitting there, I was just like, this is so crazy. We're just here like playing house today. And then I realized that both of us are in our 30s and we're just in a house and I'm paying a mortgage on. I don't know, I hope we don't end up babysitting our children in a few years. Man, just when I thought all of us were really connecting up here, it's almost time for me to go. I guess the only appropriate thing to do right now is to tell you that I do need a ride after this. So it's not a big deal. My car is in the shop right now. I'm actually getting a passive-aggressive horn installed. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I pull up behind people at stoplights, and if they, they're standing there after it turns green, I just slap my wheel and it just goes. I hold it down. It's like, excuse me. All right, I need a ride. I'll see you in the parking lot. Meanwhile, we got someone I think a lot of people are excited for. Please welcome to the stage right now, Misty V.
Wow. Guys, it's really bright up here. Like, I wasn't expecting this. So obviously, this is my first ever open mic night, and I'm so happy. See at least 80% of these faces that I know. This really helps a lot because I feel like I tell jokes to you guys like all the time, so we're good. So no, I literally woke up like a month ago and decided to do this. It's crazy, right? And actually, the first person I told was my ex-husband, and I believe his response was, "Oh my God, I'm so fucked. The penis jokes, the penis jokes." I said, now listen, calm down. It's not about you. Yet. I said, take a seat. I'll let you know when you're on. No, but really, I wrote this because I didn't intend on being single in my 40s. And I couldn't believe how much this is starting to resemble being single in my 20s. Right? For example, I'm still dating guys in their 20s. It wasn't the plan, I swear. A couple of years ago, post-divorce, I was in Tampa, and I met this amazing-looking guy. And he asked me out to dinner. I said, yeah, let's go. So we're in his car, and now that I'm like close proximity to his face, I'm like, oh my God, he looks like my son. So we get to dinner, and we sit down, and he slides his hand on my leg and starts asking me questions, and I'm like, wait. I gotta ask you something. How old are you? He said, well, I'm 22. How old are you? Oh my God. Is Chris Hansen here with 60 Minutes? Am I the predator? Where are the I think another fun thing about this whole situation is how my Saturdays are starting to look a lot like they did in my 20s. For example, I called one of my best friends just a few weeks ago. She quickly fires out a text and said, "Hey, sweetie, I'm at church passing out gifts. Is everything okay?" "Yeah, I'm good. I'm just on my way to the urgent care with an absolute rager of a yeast infection. But enjoy church." That's good. So I get there and I get it all checked in. I sit down, I'm playing on my phone, and I hear some guy across from me just insistently coughing and sneezing. So I look up. The guy is looking me dead in the face. I'm like, oh, he's hot. So I text my best friend, I'm like, at least I'm in here with a hot guy. And she's like, ooh, maybe you two can make each other feel better. Yeah. Hi. I was sitting over there when I heard you coughing and sneezing over here. My name's Misty. Oh, what's that? You got a little extra discharge going on? Me too. Here's my number. Call me maybe. I don't know. I'll tell you one thing that is definitely not the same, and that is the walk of shame. I'm sorry. In your 20s, no one gives a shit. You're supposed to fuck around, right? It's your 20s. Get out there, go have some fun. And in fact, in my 20s, depending on whose front door I was leaving, there may have been a strut, you know what I mean? It's a fucking brag book, right? Not in your 40s. No. It doesn't matter whose fucking front door it is. And I don't care how big the name is. You're in your 40s, you fucking know better. You've got grown children, right? Someone might recognize your ass. So you're out there fucking scaling fucking walls, right? Oh shit. Like, some Spider-Man shit out there. It's fucking shameful. Don't do it. I don't care who you are, don't fucking do it. So another fun fact about me, which I actually heard another comedian mention, and I'm starting to see a trend. I have adult ADHD, and I'm on the spectrum for OCD. Anybody else? No? Listen, I got news for you all. There's a lot of you guys in here, at least 5% of adults have it. So either you're fucking hiding, or you don't know you have it. I'm scared for you, for real. But no, legit, I've actually managed to take those two things and turn them into superpowers that have made me successful in a lot of things in life. Dating is not one of them. These things actually turn you into like a hypermobile fucking anxiety train, right? So what happens is this. A guy that I'm really into talking to will send me a text that simply says, "Good morning. I hope you have an amazing day." What I read was, "I don't plan on talking to you for the rest of the fucking day." And the biggest problem with this fucking message is that it was sent on Snapchat. Because that's where guys in their 20s fucking talk to you. I mean, come on. So here's the biggest problem in that. How am I supposed to screenshot that shit and fire it out to 10 of my best fucking friends to overanalyze and dissect those fucking 6 words? What the fuck did he mean by that? So now I'm left waiting for like one of my friends to have like 3 minutes on the phone, right? So I can read the pre-dialogue before that sentence. So they can simply say, "Misty, listen, honey, I think he actually wanted you to have a good day." 3 or 4 of my friends are like, I don't know, maybe a red flag, we'll see. And then there's the one friend that's like, sweetie, did you take your meds today? And I'm like, you said you were back on the Adderall, we gotta talk. Seriously, you guys, that's all I have. This has been like the most fun night ever. Thank you so much. I want to especially thank all my introvert friends because there's so many of you out here tonight, and you got here for me in this big ass crowd. Amen. Let's fucking go. I want to introduce our headliner for the night. That will be Lee Kimball. Thank you guys so much.
That was fun. Keep it going for Misty V. Fuck yeah, Misty. It is always a good sign. I don't know. A lot of people sign up to do comedy for their first time and they come and do it at Go Bananas and then no one shows up. And so, yeah, Misty must be... Yeah, I saw all the people coming to see Misty and I was like, damn, she must be really cool and loved. Either that or she's a huge fucking whore. And we found that out to be true as well. The dichotomy of life, hell yeah. Make some noise if you fucked Misty today. Don't do that. Don't do that, 14 people in here. Don't do that, 14 to 17 people in here. Hell yeah, dude. She rocked it, Misty. Yeah, that was good. Hell yeah. Woo! Hell yeah, sister. Fuck yeah. You guys are fun, man. Who Ubered here? All right. That's my point. We're all drinking and driving. Fuck yeah, dude. Let's go. We'll be fine. All right, man, I needed this, dude. I'm doing all right now, but I'm going through something most everyone can relate to. Going through a breakup. I know they're hard. Breakups are hard. We lived together for like 3 years. That makes it harder, you know? And then I moved all of my stuff out of our apartment, and it didn't look any different than it did before. And that is the hardest part. Looks like a fucking cat moved out of our apartment. Dude, just a couple less toys on the ground, smelled a little better. Yeah, dude, I'm like wondering in my head, I feel so bad. I'm like, gee, I wonder if she's gonna be okay with all of her things. Good luck with these 3 less cups. You know? One of them's big, it's like a bowl, so you'll miss that. It was a good breakup. It was respectful, and we still care about each other. So I felt like I could kind of make a joke on the way out. So I was leaving our apartment for the last time, and I turned around and I was like, you know what? Good luck. I love you. I guess that corner's gonna be a little less bright without my lava lamp, huh? And then just. Guess not only are our hearts broken, but so is the vibe in here, you know? Yeah, man, it was hard, dude. I moved my entire life in a Honda Accord. And I had enough room for a passenger. The guy who I invited to help me move, it wasn't more like physical labor I needed, more just like mental support. You know, I just called a buddy. It was good. Yeah. You know you're allowed to buy couches from Goodwill and then return them to Goodwill? You can just do that. It's great. They should be free. Tax write-off. Guys, I hope that you like drink water and get sleep and fight the good fight and don't get sick, but it's inevitable. We're gonna get sick. 'Tis the season. You're gonna get a little sniffly, and that's okay. Power through. Spend the extra money at the grocery store and buy Puffs Plus Kleenex. When you get a little sniffly, you looked at your hubby. You guys love Puffs Plus, huh? What makes Puffs Plus special? They're soft. I hear it. That's right, lotion, bitch. They've got Kleenex with lotion already in them. I invented that shit when I was 12 years old, dude. The hell? Don't make that face. 12-year-olds jack off, lady. What are you talking about? Welcome to life. They stole that from me. I invented that. What's next? Nike presents socks already filled with my young cum? Unacceptable. I need a patent lawyer. It's the holiday season. I got to spend like an extended period of time with my parents, and growing old, many of you guys know, it can be a good or a bad thing, but your relationship with your parents evolves. I've really enjoyed it. Getting to know them better as people has like kind of shed some light on some things in my past. You know, I love it. They're good folks. Like I grew up and I always thought that my parents were like fun and kind of crazy and always had the parties and cool. And now I know they're functioning alcoholics, you know? And they're still fun and crazy and cool, but that's why, you know? It's chemically enhanced. Like, I just remember growing up being so in awe of my parents. They were so hardworking, such hard workers, and now I know they were just bad with money, you know? you gotta work hard when you spend that shit at the tracks, you know? You drink that money, you gotta go to work, you know? Like with my father, I think a lot of men in here can relate to this. He was always kind to me. You know, he was a kind man. He had kind eyes and a knowing, soft smile, but not very verbal. It's hard to talk to your dad as a boy, you know? And I remember I asked for the sex talk. I asked for it. As a horny young man. I asked for it because my girlfriend at the time, she kissed me and she wanted to do more, and I was freaked out, you know? And I asked for the sex talk, and I'm just like, you know, I think she wants to do more, and like, what was your first time like? And like, did it feel good? Was it fun? Was it scary? What should I expect? And then I said that to him, and he just kind of stared off in the distance for like 4 seconds, and he goes, "Yep, that'll happen," and he walked away. He just got up from the couch and walked away, started reading like an upside down Sports Illustrated in the corner, just like, what? I'm busy. And I thought that he was like, you know, not emotionally available, or like he was scared to be vulnerable in front of his son. But now that I've grown up and I've gotten to know my dad, all those times that he didn't want to talk, he was just high as fuck. And I was scared of him. I was terrifying the guy. He's just trying to unwind after work. I come down talking about sex. He's high as shit, just sitting there like, is my own son trying to fuck me right now? Shut up, you came from my balls, dude. I can't do this. This ain't for me. Old high Mike. He's great. I do wish that he would have given me the sex talk, though. I could have used that shit. I could have used that. Because when I lost my virginity, I wore 2 condoms. I was super scared of pregnancy and disease, so I wore 2 condoms. Some of you guys are friction scientists. You know it didn't work. Wearing 2 condoms during sex is like showing up to the front door of a frat party with 2 kegs. You're coming inside. Full blast. They are inviting you in, your sperm and your kegs. Lost it at the end, but it was good. Yeah, dude, so the first time, when I lost my virginity, first time I ever had sex, just so scared, I just fully busted into a 16-year-old, another 16-year-old. A peer of mine. All right, you guys were so fucking good. That's the end of the show. Who hosted? Carl? All right, that's it, baby. That's the show. That's the end of it. Make some noise for yourselves. And go bananas. Come back to this place. It's the best comedy club in the fucking world. I love you. Misty V, good job. Good night, everybody.